Welcome to a brief overview of our K1 Analyzer solution. We'll be walking through our platform as well as talking about our machine learning artificial intelligence reading model and demonstrating the power of this platform in eliminating the burden of gathering K1s. We start by taking a look at our web-based platform, which is hosted in the Azure cloud and is 100% secure and SOC 2 certified. Each one of these rows represents a filing entity. This platform is usable for all entity types, all tax filing types. So it is a universal platform for any entity that has inbound K1s. As we go into the holding portfolio for that entity, we can see a project management dashboard laid out for us, including the names of the K1s, the EINs, the types of K1s or other investments that we're receiving, pointing out that this is not just for K1 types, but really any direct holding type which you want to track basis for or passive income from. Snapshots of the federal and state taxable income, as well as any foreign disclosures being produced from those K1s. On the right-hand side is the project management tools that will allow you to track whether your K1 has been received or if you expect to receive one. If it is a non-K1 producing entity, it'll say will not receive. You can track estimates versus actual. Put K1s in different statuses as you move them through your engagement team's process. See the date that the K1 has been received, upload additional attachments, including work papers, supplemental information, investor communications, and whatnot, as well as adding any notes that you wish to carry forward year over year and providing a platform for reviewer sign-off and an easy way to change the status. The power of the solution is such that anywhere that you have your pile of K1s in PDF format, you can simply take them and drag and drop them into the top of the screen. In roughly 5 to 15 seconds per K1, the system is digesting the entirety of the K1 from end to end. And that includes not just the face page, but it also includes white paper statement detail for all federal line items. So if we take a look here at our example, we have 13 that says C statement. And if we go into the white paper statements, we see box 13W with 5 different line items and 5 values. The items will come through near 100% accurately. In addition to that, it will also read the entirety of Schedule K3. It'll read all 42 state taxing jurisdictions K1s, and it will digitize various other components of the K1 packet as well. As you can see, in less than 30 seconds, I've got all 4 of those K1s here and ready to be reviewed. The first step for anybody is to always validate that the data appears and is presented accurately. The first stop of that is looking at the green check mark, which tells us that federal taxable line items and all of their underlying detail have been read 100% accurately as compared to box L. A reviewer might go through and they might pull up the K1 and they'll just start to validate that the information is presented and accounted for by looking down the left-hand side with capital percentages, liabilities, and box L, doing work on tax basis if needed, being able to check out the federal and state taxable income, including all of the machine learning extracted values and their underlying detailed components. If we look here at box 1, it is 316,342, but composed of 5 line items. Here too is box 1 with 316,342 and its 5 line items. You simply work your way down the page, ensuring that everything is presented accurately. If you have reclassifications to make, like moving, for example, line 11I up to other line items, you can simply do so by using a journal entry-based approach. Line items like 13W, where it said C statement on the front page, are presented here in their full detail, exactly as presented in the footnotes. You can manage other items on this screen, such as estimates versus actual, state income from state K1s, as well as managing your allocable information and any adjustments to any of these line items in any level of detail you wish. Further, you can go through and track your foreign forms, should you have them, by entering in 3 pieces of data. Simply the name of the transferee, and if you had the name of the transferee in any previous year, all of its information is retained into the current year, the property transferred, and the amount of transfer. That is all that is necessary to allow K1 Analyzer to automatically aggregate up all of the foreign filings for you and let you decide whether or not you have a filing requirement. This is all done in minutes for a reviewer versus the several tens of minutes or perhaps even up to an hour that it would take to diligently review these K1s had it not been digitized and read so quickly and accurately. The next step is to look at our review features, which aggregate up the entire portfolio as a whole. They provide underlying detail, and they also provide Excel reporting for anything that you may want to see in any way that you may want to see it. A pretty standard Excel report is our federal income summary, which presents information much like we're all used to seeing. Investments down the left, line items across the top, individual components of income listed out, with totals down columns and taxable income across rows. You've got reports such as this, as well as the live view for federal data, K3 data, state data, where you can just look across rows and make decisions based on the information being presented, as well as your foreign disclosure data. Again, just looking at the information being presented and making decisions based on what you see. Here, our example shows that there are two transferors to the same transferee. In aggregate, they are still under the threshold. I don't need a filing requirement, but if I look individually, I can see the detail. Let's say, for example, it was over six figures, then I would simply check the box to mitigate all of my risk. At the end of the day, you've got multiple reports and exports that provide you the information any way you want to see it. We've got federal, state, and foreign reports, as well as detailed reports for other tax functions that happen surrounding K1s. We integrate directly with common tax software such as Thomson Reuters or CCH. We also provide access to accounting firms so that you can have a direct collaborative platform allowing you to work side by side and maintain control over your data, always have transparency, and easily manage data back and forth between whatever process you choose.